the drill, this the real thing. I do what the feelings. Make my blueprints on my life, got no ceilings. I create the energy they live.
After a wild opener, we get back at it in Game 2 of the NBA Finals on EA Sports. From American Airlines Arena in South Florida, tonight, the Miami Heat playing host to the LA Clippers. Hi again, everyone. Ed Cohen with my partner, Jay Williams. Jay, you look at the Heat coming into play. They were victorious in Game 1, and that's what you want to begin any series, but especially the NBA Finals.
And Game 1 went as expected, but now, as the higher seed, you still got to take care of business in Game 2. As a road team, all you're looking to do is split one of these first 2 games.
From long range, count the triple.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. To Gilgeous-Alexander. George sizing up Leonard. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Kelly Olynyk trying to cash in on a three-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career. The free throw, good. Caps off the three-point play. The lead is 4. Paul George. 2 for 2. That's what you want. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Looking for his man. And draws the foul.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Dwight Howard at the line for 2 shots. 56% for his career. And he connects on the first free throw. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. To Dragic. Here comes the screen. To Dragic. 5 to shoot for Miami. Dragic. Working hard on the glass. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
It's LA Clippers ball. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Butler, that's no good. On the follow, way to stay with it.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
To Paul George. And a putback slam.
And I got a chance to hear a lot of the conversation at the bench. And one of the things they called out was owning the backboards. Looks like the message is really getting through.
Hold on, space out. ISO. Oh, I got me one.
To Butler. Jimmy Butler missed his first. That one goes.
Bread and butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
LA Clippers with the basketball. To George. Here's a chance from long range. His first effort off the mark.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Count the bucket for 2.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
To Paul George. To the rim, lays it up and in.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Driving right to the basket. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Paul George. From the painted area, won't go down. He'd have the basketball. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref's bent, and that's the game.
The free throw, good. Cashes in on the three-point play. The lead now stands at 10. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Won't go.
The defense has to find a way to become mentally present in this ball game. Another open look, the offense is picking them apart.
George, guarded by Jimmy Butler. Williams. To the rim. The pass taken away by the Clippers. George lets it fly. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still, you got to make that one.
Over to the right side. Butler. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Trying to cash in. To George. Williams. To Paul George. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Paul George fires. Paul George He's 3 for 7.
Ooh, is there a medic in the house? You need to get those ankles retaped ASAP.
In a flash, scores at the rim.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. And count the basket.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
And he scores. Jay took a big step, but they'll count the bucket.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Clippers have the basketball. To Leonard. Knocks it down off the step back.
What was once a tight space is no longer. There is absolutely no way the defender can recover after that move.
And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
That's how you punctuate a good first quarter. 3 more left to go, but you've set the momentum for the second.
Kawhi Leonard, guarded by Jimmy Butler. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's how you defend. Late heave to beat the buzzer. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game number 2. Jay and I are back after this. You're watching the 2020 NBA Finals, and it's on EA Sports. Gilgeous-Alexander to Leonard.
Screen left coming, screen left coming, screen left.
No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. To Waiters.
Hit.
For 3. Buries the trifecta. Gilgeous-Alexander to Leonard. Has a chance. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot. It's the Heat with the possession. And look out. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Leonard to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot won't go. To Waiters. Beyond the arc for 3, and drills it. Jay, spacing can be a beautiful thing.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Gilgeous-Alexander to Leonard. James Johnson rejects it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Knocked loose. He'd come up with it.
Keep your foot on the gas, but don't get too reckless.
To Dragic. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Off the mark on his free throw. Miami's got it. To Dragic. Shot clock winding down. Has a look. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Gilgeous-Alexander to Williams. LA with 4 to shoot. James Johnson knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
Ed, I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
Williams. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Lou Williams. Dragic. To Waiters. Dragic. Shot clock for the Heat, down to 3. Waiters. Dion Waiters. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Miami with the basketball.
Hey, watch the screen now.
Stuffs it down with authority. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
To Gilgeous-Alexander. Leonard. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Here comes the screen. To Dragic. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Gilgeous-Alexander to Leonard. James Johnson able to recover with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Missed a wide open look. To Waiters. Dragic. That one off the mark. It's no good. Here's Leonard for two. Off the mark.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
To Waiters. Dion Waiters. He's 2 for 2 now.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Gilgeous-Alexander. Here comes the screen. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Not that time. To Waiters. Count it.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Not that time. And the denial. We reached halftime here in Game 2. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
The Heat certainly didn't have a problem putting up points in the opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Miami Heat. The Clippers did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Assists.
What you see on screen is how this team was able to gain its competitive advantage, doing what's necessary for the lead.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on the show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Gilgeous-Alexander to George. Howard to Gilgeous-Alexander. Kawhi Leonard. The jumper's off the mark. Tough make through traffic.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
It's the Heat with the possession. Here comes the screen. Oh, emphatic slam.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Won't go. To Dragic. That's out. Last touch by Goran Dragic. Knocked loose. Here comes the screen. George against Leonard. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Wait on it. Here, come left.
To Waiters. Shot clock winding down. Stuffs it down with authority.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Reset here. Let's see what they do. PG lets it fly. Paul George. With that, he's 5 for 9.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Dragic.
Big kick right there.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
George to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot from the lane won't go. To Dragic. Goran Dragic. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
So much about passing is about the pace of the pass. Sometimes you need to dart the pass through the gap. Other times you need to have a feathery touch where you can loft the ball up for your player to dunk the ball. That pace is everything in this game.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. New blood coming in for both sides. Paul George, 4-2. No good. Ah, the monster stuff.
It has been. The passing has been great, but the precision of the passing has been next level. Every pass has been delivered right in the pocket, ready for the player to either shoot or dunk the ball.
To Gilgeous-Alexander. To Paul George. Trying to cash in. Shot by George, misses. Fires the three, and he knocks it down, Jay.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
To Gilgeous-Alexander. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go. To Dragic. Olynyk matched up with Paul George. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. It's LA Clippers ball. Gilgeous-Alexander to Williams. Here comes the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance. Wide open look, won't go. To Butler. A big finish at the rim. Timeout called here by the Clippers as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Snatching it out of the air.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Tyler Zeller, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 76% from the line. First try, no good. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. To Butler. 4-3. Can't connect. It's no good. Gilgeous-Alexander. Can't connect from inside. Oh, throws it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Gilgeous-Alexander. To Williams. The shot, almost. Count the basket at the rim.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Had a chance, but it's no good. Working it outside. Goes to the left side. Butler. Trey Burke. Another chance. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Gilgeous-Alexander to Williams. Sizing up the defense. Going to launch beyond the arc. The Heat grab the board. Deep three at the buzzer. 3 quarters down. And the Heat right now are feeling good. So the Heat will have it to start this 4th and final quarter. And they have done no wrong to this point. They have this game well in control.
They took control early and they never let up. The scary thing about this team, if they keep their foot on the gas and then throttle it down, they can win this game by 50.
To Waiters. Trey Burke buries it on the catch and shoot.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Williams to Leonard. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
And a nice finish at the rim.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Clippers have the basketball. Leonard. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Throws it down. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on a defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Bam Adebayo swats it.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired.
Off the penetration, almost, but no good. Another follow, stays out.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
has a look. Deep two there, won't go.
If I'm the player that just missed that shot, just because you're open doesn't mean you need to shoot. You can put the ball down on the ground and drive to the rim.
Kawhi Leonard against Leonard. Bam Adebayo, huge block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Shot clock expires, 24-second violation. To Waiters. Five on the shot clock. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throws good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. To Leonard. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
Williams into the front court. His guys down big. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Leonard to Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low to Williams. Myers Leonard sends it away.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Fires the three. Ooh, he'll take that.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Leonard to Williams. Leonard. Baseline drive, but he can't finish. Almost unlucky bounce.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Five to shoot for Miami. From the outside, no good. 19-footer at the buzzer. The Heat with the victory. They've taken the upper hand in this best-of-7 series. A 2-games-to-none lead. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Heat put their opponents away in a blowout. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Miami Heat. The Clippers seemed to lose their edge as the game got out of hand. Losses like this become main discussion topics in the media. So hopefully this team is ready to answer the tough questions. It's not going to be fun. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Clippers.
track. Assists.
As you can see in the highlights, this team did a great job of staying competitive and putting in the necessary effort to get the win.
Player of the game.
If you asked him, I'm sure he'd give the credit to his teammate and coaches. But at the end of the day, we know that he's the one that made the biggest impact on this game.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.
Your boy QJB back with some more highlights of the one crazy athletic play today. Let's get right into it. Oh my, did you see that? Going up with that easy layup. They made that look simple. Maybe we'll see another crazy layup. Who knows when we're talking about the one? Your boy QJB signing out. Peace.
Sure.